Hello, this is Jesse West, and I will be going through the uniform and dress code policy for Dodge City Middle School. First question we're going to answer is, what are the uniform guidelines? The uniform policy at Dodge City Middle School is broken down into three main categories. You have your shirts, pants, shorts, skirts, capris, or jumpers, and your general attire. In the next few slides, we'll review over these specific areas. Shirts must be white or red, and they must be a broadcloth, Oxford cloth, or polo knit only. They may be both long or short-sleeved. They must have a collar, and there should be no form of writing or logo other than your Dodge City Middle School logo or cardinal allowed on the polo shirts or sweatshirts. Your sweatshirts may be long-sleeved or crew neck sweatshirts. They must be white or black. They must be worn right side out. And a required collar shirt that is white or red must be worn under the sweatshirt. All sweat undershirts or camisoles also must be a solid color. For your pants, shorts, skirts, capris, or jumpers, there must be a khaki twill, a corduroy or blue jean. They may not be a stretch knit, silk, or nylon. Shorts must be above the knees, but at least fingertip in length. Skirts and jumpers may be longer than the kneecap, but they also must at least be fingertip in length. All clothing for the pants must be appropriate size for the students. They cannot be so tight that they don't fit appropriately or too loose that they are baggy enough to fall off. They must be appropriate in size. Also, they must be hemmed, no cutoffs. Also, there be no slits or holes in the legs of pants, shorts, or in skirts or jumpers. For general attire, there are to be no turtlenecks, suspenders, or overalls. They must wear proper footwear that has traction, no slippers. Sandals are fine so long as they stay on. Clothing, accessories, or hairstyle cannot be worn in a manner that becomes disruptive or promotes inappropriate or illegal activities or behavior. Examples would be gang-related, drug or alcohol-related, violence, sex, or profanity. All jackets and coats must be stored in lockers for 7th and 8th grade and cubbies for 6th grade. Exceptions may be made for students with classes in the portables. This is the 6th grade only, and the teachers will make this decision. The question of why do we have a dress code policy in Dodge City Middle School for a uniform policy? Well, the USD 443 Board of Education elected to have a uniform policy for the middle schools due to a past history of gang-related incidents and misconduct. In order to do this, the first step was to create an environment in which all students are treated equal and minimize individuality based on appearance. This is not to say your child cannot be individual and express their individual traits. We're just trying to eliminate the wearing of attire that could contribute with gang affiliation, such as colors, so that students cannot be isolated out and represent their gangs. Why only the middle schools? Why not the high school or the elementaries? Well, in collaboration with the Dodge City Police Department, it was discovered that most recruiting for gangs occurred between the 7th and 9th grade. At the time, the middle school was actually a junior high, and this was 7th through 9th grade. This has since been changed to a 6th through 8th grade. And the policy is still in place due to the success of reducing gang-related activities in school. The uniform policy is decided by three different entities, ultimately the Board of Education. The first one is the building leadership team. This is made up of teachers, principals, counselors, school personnel that want to have a say in what is and is not included in the school uniform policy. They can make changes or additions and remove different things from the policy. Once they've done this, it moves on to the school site council, made up of community members, along with the school personnel, such as a principal. On this council, they review the changes made by a BLT before they can go on to the Board of Education. If they approve it, it'll go on. If they do not, it'll return back to the building leadership team to make changes, address the concerns by the site council. Finally, the Board of Education makes all final approvals. No changes can be adopted unless the Board of Education elects to do so. So ultimately, the elected officials on the Board of Education by the community are the final stop as far as who can and cannot allow changes to these uniform guidelines. A non-uniform bracelet. Non-uniform bracelets allow students to wear clothing other than the defined uniform. Bracelets are awarded to students for several different things. These include, but are not limited to, Team Student of the Month, earning badges, receiving a CACHA, positive referral, which is a good thing. You want your child to get a CACHA. These are when they're doing things without being asked and they get rewarded for doing so. Also, when they attend conferences and they fill out the form entirely, they also get a bracelet along with participation in Parent Academy nights. These are not the only reasons you can get a non-uniform bracelet, but they are the most likely. Non-uniform day guidelines examples include, but are not limited to, clothing that is revealing or suggestive may not be worn, such as off-the-shoulder tops. Appropriate lengths for shorts, skirts, and dresses will be determined by building principals. Mid-dress, spaghetti straps, strapless tops, backless shirts, t-shirts with large armholes, and tank tops may not be worn. Headgear may not be worn in the building. Hats, caps, and hairnets will not be permitted. Sunglasses and dark glasses, unless prescription, are considered inappropriate attire. Gang-related attire such as collars or bandanas or clothing with vulgar, profane, obscene, or derogatory messages or messages concerning illegal substances or alcohol will not be permitted. Building administrators will make individual evaluations to determine if other similar items are likely to be disruptive or create a potential health or safety problem. Failure to comply with a non-uniform policy will result in the loss of privileges for the 9 weeks. This is all a direct quote from the Dodge City Middle School Student Handbook, so there's not any questions of clarification. Where can you buy the uniform clothes for your child? There are a few choices that we'll list on here, but these are not the only places you may purchase from. Embroid Me, located at 1909 North 14th in Dodge City. Their phone number is 620-227-3100. The Buckle in the Mall at 2601 Central Avenue in Dodge City. Phone number is 620-225-1227. They must also purchase from J.C. Penney's at 2601 Central Avenue, the mall as well, in Dodge City. Phone number is 620-225-7421. Again, these are not the only places you can purchase from, but these are the ones that we do have listed for your convenience. The ultimate question of what happens if my child is out of uniform. Well, in the event that your child comes to school and does not meet the uniform guidelines, they will be placed in in-school placement. They will remain there until clothes can be provided so that the student meets the uniform guidelines. The student may call home or use clothes from the office collection. The office collection is a clean set of clothing that has been donated by prior students that have left the middle school and no longer needed them. In order to get more information, you may visit the Cardinal Spaces website at dcmsspaces.weebly.com, or they can call the school at 620-227-1610 to speak with a school representative. Thank you for your time, and I hope this gives you a better understanding of the uniform guidelines at Dodge City Middle School.